Okay, I'm not saying that my opinion has changed, but being undefeated in the New Jersey really helps it grow on you. Yeah? God, I hope they win the Stadium Series game. I am Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 32 of the regular season, where the Rangers win in overtime, 4-3 over the Buffalo Sabres, and head into the Christmas break with an awesome OT winner. And maybe it's the fact that it's Christmas Eve now at the time I'm recording this. Maybe it's the OT winner. Maybe it's the fact that it's really, really nice outside here in Florida. I'm just in an excellent mood. I really am. And it's also incredibly late when I record this. I just want to talk about the good things. I just want to talk about the positives from this game. And there were enough positives to do that. You had Ryan Lindgren getting a goal. I thought this was probably the best game Ryan Lindgren has played offensively in his career. And I know that's a pretty bold statement, but he had the beautiful laser goal and then the assist on the Mika Zibanejad goal late in the second period, or midway through the second period, which was just a unbelievable bank pass from his own defensive zone off the boards that perfectly led Blake Wheeler into the offensive zone. Genuinely, he doesn't get a point for that, but my God, what a beautiful play by Ryan Lindgren for it. That was awesome to see. You had Artemi Panarin, who had another multi-point night, if I'm not mistaken. Just a single point for Artemi Panarin, but a goal for the bread man, who continues to roll and look maybe the best he ever has as a New York Ranger. Mika Zibanejad continues his incredible point streak now. I want to say it's 14 points in 7 games for Zibanejad, including a goal in this game and the unreal assist on the OT winner, where he just absolutely embarrasses the entire team on Buffalo. I'm sorry to say that. It was a between the legs pass and then leads UPL basically behind the net before he passes back out in front. Kreider had a nice goal to finish it in OT. And you have Igor Shesterkin, man, who was just unbelievable in overtime. The save on the breakaway was fantastic. And then there was the stop, but then point-blank shot with no one to stop them. I thought that was when it ended, because he makes the first save. It's a rebound. I thought it was over. I absolutely thought it was over, but Shesterkin, just unreal. He made some beautiful saves tonight. Don't let the 3 goals fool you. He is oh so back. This is the Igor Shesterkin that we all knew was going to come back out, the one that steals you points and steals you games, and he definitely stole them a point at least once tonight. And you can make the case that he made 3 point-stealing saves just in OT alone. He was magnificent. And now you reach the Christmas break, which is not that long of a break. It's only between now and they'll play again on Wednesday the 27th, so a few days that you have off. But you reach this point, and I talked about it a lot in the podcast with Evan over on the Rangers Game Plan podcast channel. This is a team that's missing a couple of their bigger players. Debatably, they're missing 2 top 6 forwards. They have not made their deadline acquisition yet, or any trade for the season. And obviously, that's obvious. You're only 32 games into the season. That's not going to come until probably February at some point, that you make any move. And yeah, you might say, Weston, they have no money. Teams always find a way. They're going to make some kind of move. Shesterkin has not quite been Shesterkin until the last few games. I think it started with the Boston game, where he allowed the 1 goal and then had 2 against Toronto and 3 tonight, but overtime alone was worth the money for Shesterkin. You have all of that against you, and it's the first year with a new defensive scheme and head coach, and you're 23-8-1, if I'm not mistaken. It might even be better than that. Is it 23-8-1 or 23-7-1? 23-8-1. I was dead on the first time. You lead the entire NHL in points. You're tied, technically, with Vancouver and Vegas, but you have 2 games on Vancouver and 3 on Vegas. The team that's in 4th, you've beaten both times you faced them, and in 2 very different ways. The New York Rangers, in a season where I thought they could see regression even from just last year, have taken a step forward in every category you possibly could. They're the only team in the NHL going into the break that I'm aware of. It might be able to change because I think there's still a couple of games going on currently, and so maybe it hasn't updated. But to my knowledge, you're the only team going into Christmas that has a top 5 penalty kill and power play. You lead the league in face-off percentage. You have a Hart Trophy candidate in Artemi Panarin. Shesterkin hasn't even gone full Shesterkin yet. Your backup goalie, again, in the final game before Christmas break, finally had his first regulation loss in Jonathan Quick. People don't forget, Jonathan Quick was 9-0-1 going into that Edmonton game and is now 9-1-1. This is no disrespect to Yaroslav Halak. I was talking with a Ranger friend of mine right before hockey practice on Wednesday. You had 10 wins total last season out of, I think, 23 games of Yaroslav Halak. And I liked Halak. I would have happily brought him back this season to be the backup. But you got 23 total 10 wins out of him all season last year. You have 9 out of Quick before Christmas. This team is as good as I have ever watched them be, and you're still nowhere near the ceiling yet. Because you could nitpick. I don't think Fox has played his best defensive hockey yet, and I think he's going to get better as it goes along. The top line is only finally starting to roll, right? Blake Wheeler, as of late, has really looked solid. He's finally learning how to play with Mika and Kreider. Your first line is only now starting to get rolling. Your second line, I still think, can grow with Lafreniere. I still think he's going to get better as the season progresses. Your third line is going to get a massive boost because it's probably going to be Will Cooley, who's been very criminally underrated to this point. It's probably going to be Cooley, Kakko, and Hedl, which could be a hell of a lot of fun to watch. Your fourth line is going to continue to be the grinding pain in the neck that you know them to be. Your goaltender, your actual starting goaltender, is finally starting to heat back up. Your backup is playing the best hockey maybe of his career, and that's not even an exaggeration. And you have a team that on every single front has bought into the system that is Peter Laviolette. I have never in my life as a Rangers fan felt this good going into Christmas. What a gift they have bestowed upon all of us. And so this is the second to last video. I'm going to make probably one at some point tomorrow. It might be at like 2 in the morning for the Jets. But I'm done for at least a few days after this and the Jets video tomorrow. So, I would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. If you enjoyed this video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.